Hi! Today on Araw-Araw Filipino, we will learn how to form words using the prefixes pang, pam, and pan. Pang, pam, and pan are prefixes used to form words for a tool or purpose. In Filipino, mga unlaping gamit sa pagbuo ng mga salitang para sa gamit o layunin. Prefixes, mga unlapi. Used, gamit. To, sa. Form, pagbuo. Words, mga salita. For, para sa. Tool is also gamit or o purpose, layunin. Let us learn when do we use pang, pam, or pan. Pang is the general form. So if this is all you use to form your words to say this is the function or intended use of something, then you will be all right. But when do we use pam? We use it before a word that starts with B or P. So you can say pangbahay or pambahay to say that something is used for the house. So pangbahay, pambahay, both are fine. Pan is used before a word that starts with D, L, R, S, or T. So you can say panglinis or panlinis. It really depends on what you get used to and what's easy for you. Now let us form some words using pang plus a verb. Verb in Filipino is pandiwa. The verb remove is tanggal. Clean, linis. Light, sindi. Grill, ihaw. And wrap, balot. So the word remover is pangtanggal. Something that functions as a remover is pangtanggal. Something that functions as a cleaner or cleanser is panglinis. Lighter is pangsindi. So you use a lighter to light up the fire or a stove. Pangsindi. Griller, pang-ihaw. And wrapper, pangbalot. Now let us look at some example sentences using those words. Where is the stain remover? Nasaan ang pantanggal ng mansa? Where is the, nasaan ang. Stain, mansa. And remover, pangtanggal. So, stain remover, pangtanggal ng mansa. Next to the stove cleaner, katabi ng panlinis ng kalan. Next to the, katabi ng stove, kalan, cleaner, panlinis. You can also say panglinis. Stove cleaner, panlinis ng kalan. Or maybe behind the griller. O baka nasa likod ng pang-ihaw. Or o. Maybe, baka. Behind the, nasa likod ng. And griller, pang-ihaw. Now let us form words using pang plus a noun. Noun in Filipino is pangalan. House is bahay. Office, opisina. school, eskwela, work, trabajo, and Monday, lunes. To say that something is intended to be used for the house, pangbahay. For the office, pang-opisina. For school, pang-eskwela. For work, pang-trabajo. And for Monday, something is intended to be used for Monday, pang-lunes. Take note of the dash in pang-opisina, pang-eskwela, pang-lunes. Opisina and eskwela are common nouns, and they both start with vowels. So, if pang is before a common noun that starts with a vowel, we put a dash. What about pang-lunes? Lunes starts with a consonant, L. If pang is before a proper noun, such as the day of the week, lunes, then we also use a dash. Let's use those new words in some example sentences. These are my house slippers. Ito ang tsinelas ko na pangbahay. Ito ang my ko, house, bahay, slippers, tsinelas. House slippers, tsinelas na pangbahay. So, a quick look at that word, tsinelas. Although it is spelled with T-S-I, we pronounce it as chi. Chinelas. So if you are showing off your house slippers to someone, you can simply say, ito ang pangbahay ko, or ito ang pambahay ko. These are my office shoes. Ito ang sapatos ko na pang-opisina. Office, opisina. Shoes, sapatos. Office, shoes, sapatos na pang-opisina. Or you can simply say, ito ang pang-opisina ko. Here are some more example sentences. This is my uniform for Monday. Ito ang uniforme ko na pang-Lunes. Ito ang my ko uniform, uniforme. For Monday, pang-Lunes. This is my Friday outfit. Ito ang pang-Biyernes ko. Friday, Biyernes. You notice that we just dropped the word for outfit. It's not necessary in this context because person is showing off an outfit. So, they can just say, ito ang pang-Biyernes ko. This one is for a party. Itong isa, pang-party. This one, itong isa. For a party, pang-party. So you see, you can also use the prefix pang in front of an English word, and that is fine in everyday Filipino. Here are some more words that you can form with pang plus a noun. Woman, babae. Man, lalaki. Kid, bata. Adult, matanda. Take note that in Filipino, an adult, a grown-up, is called matanda, but a senior person, an older person, is also matanda. Human, tao. So to say that something is for women, pang-babae. For men, pang-lalaki. For kids, pang-bata. For adults or seniors, pang-matanda. And for humans, pang-tao. Let us use those words in sentences. Where is the women's section? Nasaan ang pangbabae? We drop the word for section, but we can say, nasaan ang pangbabae na section? Where is the, nasaan ang? Women's, pangbabae. At the left, next to the kids' shoes. Nasa kaliwa, katabi ng sapatos na pambata. At the, nasa, left, kaliwa. Next to, katabi, kids, pambata. And shoes, sapatos. Kids' shoes, sapatos na pambata. Here are some more sentences. Is this movie for kids? Pangbata ba itong pelikula? This, ito, movie, pelikula. For kids, pangbata. And we use the word ba to indicate that we are asking a question that is answerable by yes or no. No, that's for adults. Hindi, pangmatanda iyan. No, hindi. That, iyan. For adults or for adults, pangmatanda. Here is a last set of words that you can form with pang plus a noun. Season, timpla. Cut, gupit. Slice, hiwa. Mix, halo. And cook, luto. So to say that something is a seasoner or seasoning, pangtimpla. Something is used for cutting, panggupit. A slicer is panghiwa. A mixer is panghalo. And something you use for cooking, pangluto. That is our lesson today. And for your homework, here are some sentences for you to translate into Filipino. I use this for cooking. These scissors are for cutting hair. And this knife is for slicing meat. Have fun! I hope you can join us again next time on Araw-Araw Filipino. Thank you. Salamat po. Now, a few words from my son, Max.
Thought this video was cool? Watch the next one and like and subscribe the channel too if you haven't yet.
Bye-bye!
Bye!